Well, here I am with another more show than tell video of some bottles I found last night. Well, yesterday night now, 8/3/26, and guess I'm just gonna try getting to it and make this one fairly quick. Cause I actually didn't find as much as I usually do, but still have enough, and well, I know how this usually goes, and I got my cup of coffee here. Because I'll probably be blabbing. Actually, I'm not going to try to blab too much. But there's my awesome coffee cup. Why not show that? Let me adjust this up. So I'm trying to have a little more arm room here. But here's my cool old worldy cup here. Look, it's even has bricks attaching this tower piece to the handle. Pretty cool. Anyway, enough of that. Okay, let's get on with the bottles and try to get right to this. Again, this is more show than tell because, I just like showing the bottles more than just trying to be some bottle whiz, which I'm not. So let's just start with something here. Let's see. I guess we'll start with this little crap one here and just get this out of the way. Looks like an old nail polish bottle. Really nothing there to work with, as usual. Just an S and a 3. But yeah, just I don't know, that backdrop here help a little bit more? Yeah, this looks fine right here. So there's just this real basic fingernail polish bottle. Get that out of the way already. Here's one of these. I said because I have 2 to 3 more of these in my collection already. So sorry, there's a distraction as I try to explain that. But this one has a lid. The other ones don't. So that's cool. This is one of these. These are probably still wet because I cleaned them and they probably haven't dried all the way yet. But it's one of these ones with the weird kind of key hole thing on it. There's a fly in here. I apologize if that fly makes a, unwanted appearance flying around the screen here. I'm trying not to, make a big deal about it, but it's gonna eventually probably annoy the hell out of me, which it's already starting to do. Oh. Anyway, let's try to ignore the fly. Show this bottle. Not sure what this bottle is. I know I have a couple in my collection. The lid doesn't really say much. So, it's really weird looking at a phone screen as you're trying to move these things around. It's kind of disorienting. Actually, I need to take this lid off so it can dry out. Yeah, I'll do that after this video, actually. Let's get that out of the way. Let's go to this one here. Found 2 of these. Not a whole lot to see. Pretty basic. And it just has, and it's hard to see because that piece is embossed funny. Looks like, I'm not sure if that's a part of the name or not. It's Kind of weird. I don't know, it might just be W and Co. That doesn't seem right. Because I have another one here. And it's also kind of weird. It might be BW and Co. Oh. Because this suction piece where they're holding the glass when it was being manufactured, it's kind of just messed up that embossing there. I think it's BW and Co. But yeah, that's really all you see with that one. Quickly show this one. Yeah, it's gotta be BW and Co. I'm not sure if the reach is any better or not. I guess I do have a little more arm room. Feels a little more natural at least. That way I can have it out here and then come in close if I need to. That does feel better. Kind of experimenting here. So I cleared out these back bottles here finally. And there's this little guy, or girl, whichever everyone wants to identify as. Huh. I don't know, not funny. Actually kind of is. Anyway, I think this is I honestly couldn't tell you what this is. It looks like a makeup bottle, in my honest opinion. Of some sort. It's got these cool embossings on it. Little terraced pyramid looking things. It's got this kind of cool little ribbed, striped texture all the way around, embossing. And I put brighter lights in the front room, so hopefully this is helping a lot. It, from my point of view, seems to be helping a lot. So that's good. It's got this kind of hex bolt looking style on the top. Come get my wrench and fix this bottle. I know. Sorry, I just dealt with the fly. I managed to get it. I was making out with my coffee mug and I managed to flick it off and then bye fly. Sorry dude, but not happening. Okay, now that distraction got me threw me off a bit. Let's just, I guess I didn't get that piece clean. Anyway, I don't know what this exact bottle is. I haven't looked it up. I don't even think you could figure out what this bottle is just by typing in these in the bottom here. Who knows? It's a Pat D. Just an interesting, cool little bottle. It's not even a bottle, it's like a little container of some sort. I know my terminology and my naming for this stuff is probably insufferable, but I'm working on it. I'll figure it out eventually. Oh, get distracted with that one too long. Move on. Let's go into this one. Just a pretty basic one. Shouldn't spend too much time on this. Is it just 11? Oh, that's great. Forgot that piece is going to fall out. Yeah, this looks like 11 on there. And this has a little dropper thing in it. Of course, the rubber's completely gone. This thing's still wet. So, really, all there is to see with this one already. Just a little bit more time, I guess. Try to get that light to pop on it a little bit more. Because sometimes you see some pretty cool colors in these. Huh. There's that. Let's go and get this one out of the way. I'm trying to grab more of the... I don't know, it's more of a toss-up this time. But particularly I try to grab the more ones first. And save the better ones towards the, you know, the end or whatever. I'm trying to do all the clear glass first, and then ambers, and then the other colors. Just go straight to the bottom because there's not much anything else to see on this one. As you can see, it's just a basic bottle with a lot of embossing on the bottom. Prep. Not entirely sure what this one is. Haven't even looked it up yet. I know, how sad. Let's try to get this name on here. Don't like reading these out too much. Sure, people can read once I capture it. It does look like Mark W. Allen and Co. So there's Mark W. Allen and Co. And it's Detroit, USA. Made by the Owen, Illinois Glass Company. Prep. I'm entirely sure what this is. I'll look it up later. Probably should have done that before the video. I need to start figuring that stuff out because I know it's kind of dumb to show this stuff, not have anything to work with. But that's kind of not my thing, so I just like to show the bottles. Keep it super simple. Let's see. Get this little one out of the way. This one should be quick. Some of these have that cloudy color to them in the camera that just seems to either not want to focus, or it's just the glass causing an optical illusion through the camera. Doesn't have the interesting kind of color on it though. Oh, there's some ghosting on there. What does that say? Huh. Yeah, who knows? Probably will not be able to figure that out. Anywho. And that's pretty much this one, besides the little ribbing pieces down here. By the way, quality on the bottle. I like Ramble. Let's see. That's kind of a neat-ish one, I guess. Go with this one. It's got these little embossing details top and bottom. Yeah, no, I need to figure out a better color scheme here for these bottles to stick out better. Oh well. Guess this was have to do. And that's pretty much it with the detail on it. Pretty sure that gets the point across. These details are sticking out pretty good. Nothing really to work with down here. Okay then. I'll do that one next. Because it fell. Here's this bottle here. Glass. I'm just say here's this glass here because this isn't technically a bottle, is it? It's more like a got this ribbing texture here. Crazy little effect there, cutting through the glass. Kind of like static. Hacking the Matrix. I'm kidding. Obviously, I shouldn't have to say that. It's got this little one here on both corners. And they are in. They're not like textured out, they're inward. That's even picking up properly. There we go. That's basically the gist of this bottle. Glass. One day I'll figure it out. Looks like a hazel atlas. It's kind of this little indention here. Basically just vintage glass here. Isn't anything super amazing, I know. It isn't like I found some 1700s cork tops or anything cool like that. There's Oreo. We want cat. Just want some pets. There's the one I found in the Absurdity of South Oak Park for anyone or who might have watched that. This is that one that fell out of the roots and dirt. Cleaned up actually really nicely. A nice crystal clear glass here. It's got this kind of ribbing texture on it. This one came out really nice. There it goes. Just waiting for it to light and the camera sensor to readjust the light there. Oh goodness. Looks like it just has a square and an N. I don't think that's a Z. Pretty sure it's just a square and an N. Oh, could be either or, I guess. because this is looks like a 1, so I don't know. Is what it is. Yeah, this one came out real nice and clean. Very minimal damage on it. Yeah, there's that one that fell out of the uprooted tree in South Oak Park. Gotta go grab something off my desk. Well, let's go ahead and show this one since I forgot it, and it's one I found that same night. I'm pretty sure this one I found in that tree as well. No, this is when I was digging. I'll show it anyways. I found this tiny little bottle. This is going to be one of my little desk ornament ones because I like the little bottles like this. This one oddly did not come out very clean. I tried, but it's hard to get stuff in such a small little opening here to clean. This has that same kind of texture the other one has. This one I do believe has a crack in it right here. Not sure if I did that or it was just found like that. This side is just smooth. Oh, how astute of you, bud. How'd you manage to deduce that? This one just has a V and a 3. Well, I guess that's that one. I'll go put that back on my desk. And let's see which one is next. So go and do this one. Why not? This one didn't come out too clean. Looks like one of those Art Deco era bottles or vanity bottles. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it a bottle. I don't care. This one didn't clean up too well. Because again, it's really hard to get something in a little opening like that. That's even smaller than the other one, I think. This one was like one of those weird drip style ones. This has kind of a interesting design. Looks kind of like an Art Deco building, doesn't it? Like a small piece of an Art Deco building. And I've tried to look up this embossing here. I'm not sure if that's pharmacy or if that indicates handmade. So, I don't know. Didn't quite come to any conclusions on that for some weird reason. Guess that could indicate this piece was handmade, potentially. Don't quote me on that. Pretty sure someone else already knows and probably laughing it up. There's this kind of simple one. So, yeah, some of the stuff here does not want to come off. It's like, I don't know what you would exactly call it. Some sort of rust pitting on the glass from all the tin in the ground. And this, some of the stuff just doesn't want to come off. I haven't quite figured out an efficient way of getting that off without damaging the glass. So it's just going to stay there until I figure that out. This one's pretty, yeah, simple. Just a 4. But it was easy to carry out, so I kept it. Why not? Okay. As I attempt to somewhat do this in a particular order. Let's see. So let's do this one since I picked it up. This has kind of a cool aqua color to it. Kind of see it in the pieces down here on the side. Not too much to see here. That's the only thing on the bottom. Found another Ramble. Well, however you pronounce it. I just call it Ramble. If that's right, then cool. If not, cool. I have a collection of these things building up, and they're all different, I think. Different generations of these. Which way is the best angle to capture that? Guess that works. And there's that bottle there. Little odd one. This one's got a whole piece about to fall off. Its crack is pretty substantial. Not sure how long this one's going to last if that piece falls off. Unless it's holding on down here. But I couldn't get this one clean to save my life because that is a tiny little hole. And it was already so damaged here, I was just like, man, to hell with it. There's no point in being too concerned with it when it's that damaged, in my opinion. In fact, if I would have known this crack was there when I found it, I probably would have just left it. But, meh, here it is. It's got that symbol again. I noticed the letter or number on the inside changes. Not sure what the hell that entails. Let's see. Guess let's do this one. Ribbed texture here. I think I noticed that when I was cleaning it. Oh, it's $14.94. This is an old piece of glass. What is going on here? Got some of these weird prints again. Yeah. Is this kitchen? I should make that out. Everything else is kind of hard to see. Oh well. I'll let the viewer read that. I'll just try to get it to where I can pause and they can have a heyday. I'm not sure which order it goes in, and it's confusing me, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Go to this one. This is a cool little one. I'm happy with. It's got this studded design on it. I can try to capture those a little bit better, but it does not seem to be working. Guess that works. Pretty much consistent all the way around. Besides weight, this does not have a stud on it. Spoke too soon. This is flat. So that one corner has just a weird flat part. Oh. And just a circle and an S. Cool beans. Let's go for this one here. Ribbed here and ribbed down here. really all there is to see with that. This is an old Avon bottle. Oh. Avon, made in USA. Some people collect these old Avon bottles. I remember my mom buying these things when I was a kid from the Avon catalogs and such. This is a cool one. Just cool little bottle here. Got this cool little eagle dude on it. With some other things. Can't think of what those are. Like olive branches or some sort of something like that. And this is just, wouldn't you know it, something this cool. This little embossed eagle dude on it. Looks like maybe some snakes or something down here. The texture on the top here. Wouldn't you know it, that this is just a chili powder bottle. Go to the store and find a chili powder bottle this cool today. I'll wait. Actually, that'd be miserable. I'm not going to wait. But yeah, this is my second one of these. I have another one I haven't shown yet, but I guess I'll show that one later on in the future when I get around to the other finds. Because I keep doing this all sorts of out of order. But this one here is cool. And it's just a chili bottle. There's the name. Yeah, just a really cool little bottle. It's just a chili powder bottle, letting you know it. It's just me, or is a lot of old things cool? Let's go and get these two out of the way because they're pretty much the same thing. There's no reason to take a bunch of time on this. They both have their lids. Put that one in the background. I won't even show that one because for completeness sake, I'll just show the bottoms real quick of both of them. Then I'm just going to write one of them off. I think they literally have the same thing on the bottom of them. One's a 3 and one's a 4. That's the only difference. But they both have 2, 5, 7, 4 on the bottom. And the only difference is the 4 and the 3. And where this embossing is, I have no idea. I'm going to switch that one because it looks like it's wet in the bottom. They still have their original lids, which still function. Whoa, don't want to break it. Felt pretty brittle there. But the lids still work. Not quite sure what they are because I can't make out don't know what the heck this embossing is. This is opposite side and weird. Who knows? And these are just real simple. Nothing to really see here. So yeah, that's those ones already. Alright. Let's go and get to these ones because they're smaller. Try kind of do this in some kind of half-ass order of operation. Get that put there. Get that there. Kind of do this systematically in some way. But of course I found one of my favorite things to find out there, the old medicine bottles. I have quite a collection of these things building up. This one has the functioning lid. Original functioning lid. It's a 2-ouncer. It's got the arrow pointing up to the, either it's the pour here arrow, or that's just where the max level of the medicine was at. Because I have one that says pour here and it's pointing up. Like, seriously? Come on. Yep, but I like these ones because I like the numbers and the lines on them. I don't know why. Just looks organized, I guess. The measurements and stuff are just kind of cool to me. Got the wavy glass look going on here. This is pretty scuffed up. I mean, these things have been in the ground for probably roughly 80 years with tin and rocks and whatever else is in the ground setting all over them and doing their thing, festering in the ground for 80 years roughly, since at least around the 40s or 50s. It's got to set the seam. It's a little weird. Got kind of a oddball seam. But yeah, who knows how long these have actually truly been out there. Long enough. I mean, these things are being dug out of the ground from like at least 3 feet in the ground, roughly. A little over 3 feet now. Several feet easily. I mean, it's just kind of like you dig like a half a foot in the ground, if that, and you're finding bottles, and it's just bottles. As you keep digging down, you keep finding more. They all look from the same era, so how they got so buried, I have no idea. I just struggle to think someone dug a big ass hole, threw a bunch of bottles in there, and then reburied it. That seems like a lot of work just to dispose of some bottles and some trash. No, have people done it? I'm sure, but how much glass is in these holes and how much trash is in them? I find it hard to believe that someone would have dug such a big hole, because I mean, I just keep digging and expanding these holes, and there's just glass. Like parts of the ground will collapse, and I can just see like, actually, like several feet into the ground, and it's just more tin and glass sprinkled in there. I'm like, dude, these are humongous holes. So I find it hard to believe that someone did all that work just to bury trash. It's just silly. I mean, however long it takes to bury things naturally, I don't know. But these things are buried. I guess we can get on with this one. Got distracted there. Come on, work, camera. That's just the cloudiness of the bottle not wanting to cooperate with the camera. Circle A. And USA. So yet another one to the collection of medicine bottles. And there's I just set them up right here. And there's another one, another 2-ouncer. What was that I got? Oh no, it's got a crack in it. I just noticed that. Oh, bummer. There's a crack right here on the mouthpiece. Threads. Huh. Oh well, it's not, hasn't fallen off yet. Looks like it shouldn't. Looks like the crack is only going here to here and stops. Yeah, it just stops right there. It's not too bad. Eventually I'll probably get some super glue on some of these and just put some, you know, around the cracks. And this is pretty much the same as the other one, just in more rough shape and dirty. I tried to clean it out and it didn't want to. The embossing is stronger on this one. Sticks out more. And another medicine bottle. This one was really in good condition and nice and clean. Oh, what are you doing? There you go. I think the lid has a crack on this one. Oh yeah, this is the one that had the weird lid. It's kind of... That's unfortunately about to... well, in real time that just happened. I was just trying to poke at it. I wasn't even trying to do that. What do you expect to happen? Cool. Oh well. It's the glass I'm more concerned about. The fact that lids have survived it all is just kind of a bonus, but I don't absolutely have to have the lid. So I got so many of them without the lids, it doesn't really matter to me. But since it's still mostly complete, it's still going to stay on here. In fact, on that note, looking at these medicine bottles, after I show this last one, I'm going to go get one I forgot to show in my last show video of the bottles. From one of my last glass showing videos. I forgot one. But yeah, this is a little 1 ouncer. This one came out pretty immaculate besides the damaged lid. Plastic lid here. And yes, I have a fan on. You probably notice it with the light right there. Sorry, that's not pretty distracting. I'll stop doing that. But yeah, there's that one. Just toss that. Nice little immaculate glass bottle. Forgot to show the bottom. So there it is. And there's this medicine bottle. This has that unique, I guess it's supposed to be a 3. Oh. But here's one of these. Measurements. This is one of these, it's hard to read it to the camera screen here. Got more of them over here. That might be easier to read. Brockway? I think it's a Brockway. This embossing's pretty weak. I'll show one of these ones. I was doing another video later, but yeah, it's a Brockway. These are going to be bottles I show. I should have shown these ones first, because these are some of the first ones I found out there, but they're still sitting here on the table, and I have not shown them yet, besides little teases here and there. But since this one has such a strong embossing, I'll substitute this one's embossing over this one, so you can see this. It's just a Brockway. And that's that. And now on to the one I forgot to show in my other video. Last glass show video. Now I also guess I'll slip this in too. Oh jeez. Okay. The cool one about this is it's a medicine bottle and it has all the original medicine in it. It's got this red medicine in it. I thought the bottle was red when I found it, and I was like super excited about it. Put it in my pocket right away. But then I got it home and realized it was just the contents were red. And this is a very cool one in my honest opinion, because not only is it a medicine bottle with the original lid, clearly, it has the original contents in it. I'm pretty sure it's like a brand new one. I don't even think it's been used. However, the lid, obviously comes off, and it's, ugh, I don't want to get too much oxidation in there, so try to keep it closed. It's a little 1/2 ounce. But this was supposed to be shown with my last glass video, but I forgot it on my desk. And this one just says, Illinois. I always keep joking when I show this to people. I'll make jokes about it, like, hey, you want to try this? It's got this red medicine in it. E. So this one's really cool. It sits on my desk. Because, I mean, how many of these do you find in the ground with it being 100% original? Of course, there is separation. Whatever the heck this is made of, there's a thicker mixture in there that separates from the fluid, so you got to shake it up, and it becomes this weird liquid again. But yeah, there's that one. Just slip this one here because I forgot it in my other one. Very peculiar. Looks like hot sauce. Interesting glass making there. Okay, enough of that one. I'll set it over here for now. And another little bonus I want to slip in here is something I found out in South Oak Park, obviously, as well. There's this little clay carboy hillbilly looking moonshine bottle thing. Somehow I managed to dig this out of the ground, and I didn't even notice it, because I found this in the pile of debris, the dirt pile. Well, I don't know what the hell you want to call it. There's this broken glass, rust, other stuff, just the pile I've been digging out and tossing out. This was laying in there, and thankfully I noticed it, and I picked it up and brought it home. It's this really cool little old moonshine thing. It's got this little handle here. It's got this kind of cracked look to it. I think that's just how it was made. Like that cracked glaze. It's got this tin crap on it too, which does not want to come off. It's because, this is after I've cleaned it. And this just sits on my desk also because it's, it's just a cool little piece. And it's not broken. I mean, it might be missing whatever went here. It looked like something might have went there. Because it is all the way through. There's nothing to work with on the bottom. Just a cool little novelty thing, I guess. Look, it might have actually been functional. Maybe people will actually use this, put the alcohol in it, and carried it around. Who knows? Just a little bonus to slip in here, because why not? Because sometimes I'll show my little odd finds in there too. That just sits on my desk as well. Again. Okay. Thankfully, I don't have too many more. Well, I guess I should go ahead and get. I'm not sure. I guess I'll get this one last clear glass in, and I'll switch to the ambers. Knock those out. There's not a horrible amount of those. As I like to collect my amber bottles, even if it's I got like multiple versions of the same bottle style. This is another one of these oddball ones here, though, out of the clear glass. Kind of hard to get this whole thing, and it's kind of a long, odd one. If I get too far away, you can't see the details. There's not much to see, but besides the bulbous nature of the design there. Got these little flat pieces here. And obviously flat, and it just has that on each corner. And it's just the Owens-Illinois Glass Company on the bottom. I'm not entirely sure what this was. Obviously. There's not much really to work with. So there's a pretty unique one, which is kind of why only ones I want to collect anymore is just unique ones like this, and ones with cool embossings or ones that stick out basically. I'm not really trying to collect any more like food like, you know, food ones anymore. Strictly food ones. Unless there's something really unique about them or something that makes them cool. So yeah. Let's go to the ambers. These aren't in any particular order. They just kind of, oops, all over the place. Kind of get this somewhat mixed up in some kind of coherent order. I'll probably just end up doing these ones first. I'll just do those first. Oops. Get this little guy out of the way. Little amber boy here. Oh, it's a Duraglass. I don't think I noticed that when I was cleaning it. Duraglass with the Owens-Illinois Glass Company on the bottom. The merger of the two companies. Embossing. This looks like a 5 on there. Not sure what's going on there. It looks like some jankiness, I guess, would be the only way to put it. I was trying to think of something else to say there, and it wasn't working. Super jank. This one has this. Of course, the rubber's gone, but this one's cool because it actually has the red. Oh, it's gonna fall apart. Oh, it's falling apart. 1 second. Okay, well, just leave that alone, I guess. But this has the approx. Yeah, that's all it says, and it has the measurements on it. So that's pretty much all there is to see with that already. Sure, people have seen amber bottles before. I like my amber bottles though. Let's get this one out of the way. Somewhat of a more unique style amber one of this size. Apologies if anyone heard that. Had to reposition myself. My gimp leg was starting to hurt. Okay. That's really all there is on the bottom of this one. Nothing else to really see. I've been finding a lot of these ones lately. There's nothing really around this one. That's pretty much it for that. 1 second. Apologies. The lady came home and had to pause it to avoid background noise. Alright. Pretty much I just basically was showing this one. And now I'm showing this one, and they're basically the same thing. So I probably don't need to spend too much time on it. So yeah, pretty much the same thing. I found another longer one. I don't have too many of these in my collection, so this one's pretty neat. Oops. I got butterfingers sometimes, my apologies. Actually way more than I like to these days. And there's that. Okay, let's see. Let's go and go to this one, I guess. This one has kind of like these dimpled, I guess the best way to describe it, feels like that studded look, but inward. So like inverted studs. Try to do my best to capture that. Kind of hard to do with an amber bottle though, but guess that works enough right there. And it's mirrored on the other side. And that is it. We got some more jank going on here. Got some more of these weird misprint jinks going on. And that's pretty much that one already. go on to this one. Texture on that. Okay, I'll get to there in a second. Get this centered and going. There's a 12. Not too much going on with that side. There's nothing on the bottom of this one, so it's all janked out. Sorry if I'm using that word a lot now, but I guess that just sums up the whole thing. We're going to go to this one. Got several of these in my collection now. I kind of lost count. But this is the one of these that's ribbed for her pleasure ones. Or his pleasure. Oh, that came off wrong. Sorry. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to finish what I was going to say with that just for that to make sense. It's gross. Anyways, we'll ignore that. But we'll just leave it with ribbed for her pleasure. I know, inappropriate, but don't have to like it. And this is one of the sorry about that. Rouse 24, made in USA. I'm just gonna say Rouse because I want the Z sound out of that X. Just for the whole ribbed for her pleasure joke. It's his stand. I'm gonna say that's Rouse. It's got a cool little rainbow chemical color going on there. That'd be that one. And now we're gonna go on to this one. It's another one of those ribbed for her pleasure ones. This one has the lid. I have a couple of these in my collection as well already. Actually, it might be some water in there still. I'm just gonna put the lid back on. We see it still. We see it works. Blah blah blah. It's got this interesting pour style on it. So really, I guess if you just take this seal out, not as want to come out. Yeah, whatever. Because there's this little seal in there. Oh, not what? Okay, well, you can have it. Whatever. It's got this interesting little pour nipple style thing going on here. And I guess you gotta take this seal off for it to function. And this is a made in USA with that embossing on it. Don't remember what that glass company is. And Rouse because that's what I want to call it. If that's right, then cool. If not, cool. Don't care. I'm calling it Rouse for the obvious joke to stand. Here's that. Here's this style of amber bottle. I think this was some kind of a medicine bottle. Got some glass waves in there. And this one I think is a medicine bottle because I've seen a lot of the medicine bottles have this style on the bottom. I know it doesn't indicate that's the case, but I'm just gonna go with that at the moment. Sorry, my hand's being really unstable. Let's do both hands here, sorry. That's basically that one. Okay. And there's this one. Pure Pack. This is definitely a medicine bottle. Got kind of this, I guess it's there for handling the bottle better. I'm not entirely sure. It says Pure Pack on here as well. This is definitely a medicine bottle because it's got the medicine symbol there. First aid symbol. And there's that one. Huh. These are one of these oddball ones. I'm going to try to see if I can't figure this out before I go showing it. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna show it. This one has what I believe to be Lysol. Embossed all the way around. And this whole mess of stuff on the bottom here, I'm not even going to bother with it. I'll just hold it here like this. Get nice and close for those who want to read it. That'd be that. Let's see. Guess I'll get these. Actually, I'm gonna get this last one out of the way. Out of the amber bottles. Keep these pretty uniform, I guess. This is an odd one to try to capture. So I have to show it at an angle. Apologies for background noise. absorbing, whatever that is. Probably some sort of medicine. Kind of gives off the vibes of the other old amber medicine bottle I have. W.F. Young Inc. Springfield, Massachusetts. And I say it gives off vibes of the other one because it's got a lot of water still in it. Clean that, dry that off real fast. It has this kind of mouthpiece style here. Kind of like this one, sort of. There we go. And this one here is clearly a type of medicine bottle. I'll eventually show that one later. I know I keep teasing it and not showing it. It's kind of the point. I'm not trying to show it, but I keep showing it just to kind of make my point on why I think this is a type of medicine bottle as well. I know how scientific. That's basically that one. And this one's particularly cool because it's got the lid still. Yeah, it's still wet too. Let's see if I can't dry that out a little bit. Got the Owen, Illinois glass company symbol in there, but it doesn't want to capture it. Unless I turn it upside down, there it is. It's down there at the bottom now. Bada boom. Now my wrist hurts. Anyway, distractions. Get that out of the way. Taking too long as usual. Let's go and show this green one here. It's got this dimpled kind of texture on it. Just quickly show this. I'm gonna get through this sometime tonight. Well, morning now. It's got some Duraglass on it. This has got the scale on it. Guess it's another type of medicine bottle. That's really all there is to see with that one. Another one of these. I can show this one fairly quick because I've already shown one. It's one with that smaller studded texture on it. Since it's taking too long with this, or like I said, I've already shown this one, a similar one. It's dripping water out of it. And there's this. let's go into these. The blue ones now. Pretty simple all the way around. It's a Vicks Vapor Rub. But this one has a different emblem on the bottom. I did look into these. I don't remember much about it because my shoddy memory, but I do know this emblem in the middle, the embossing in the middle, does help you date these ones. But I don't remember exactly how that works. I'll have to look it up again. So yeah, there's this one, it's Vicks Vapor Rub. I think this one might be newer than the other ones. I think the other ones are older. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. I got this one. Oops. It's kind of an awkward one. It slipped right out of my fingers. This one's particularly cool because it has the original lid on it. It's how this lid survived in the ground, I have no idea. Usually when I find them, they're wasted. But this one still has the lid. Got a cut on my finger. Thought that was just dirt. Oh well. Sharpened dome. What the hell? It's got a little bit of corrosion on it, but usually they're so wasted you just gotta break them off. However, this one has the label still intact, and it still threads. So that plastic seal in there, I left it in there. I typically leave those seals in there for completeness sake. But it's pretty miraculous to me how that survived while all their lids are wasted. And that's pretty much that with this one. And here's another blue bottle. And this one too has a lid and label still. And yes, this one functions also. In rather immaculate shape, considering it was in the ground. Got a few dents in it. You can kind of see them right there. It's not perfect, obviously. The fact it has survived it all is amazing. And this one was starting to corrode and bubble out and fall apart, but I guess I saved it just in the nick of time. This has some contents in it still. I didn't clean this one out. Kind of wanted to keep some of it in there. Probably can't hear it rattling around in there. Oh well. Look, the same glass maker as the other bottle. Ominous Orbis. Ominous Orbis. Warner. On to the last of the blue bottles, and this one came out really nice and clean compared to all my other ones. Yep. Starting to find more of these blue ones now. I used to never be able to find them. I know they're not super cool 17 or 1800s blue unique bottles or nothing, but still cool to me. I'm just beating everyone else to it. Here in about 15, 20 years, these will be the ones people want to collect. Because they'll be antique at that point. They're already borderline antique as it is. Getting there. Hazel Atlas. Oh, my poor wrist. Actually, looks like the Hazel Atlas is this way. So yeah. There's that bottle. Get that out of the way. Let's get these ones out of the way. It's not that they're lame, but might as well just go ahead and get these ones out. Unbelievable. Either that's the same fly that came back from the dead, or that's another one. That's amazing. God, my poor coffee cup. Gosh. Blah. Anyway, cups. I tend to find cups. I can't find bowls or plates or nothing else complete. I do find cups though, oddly. Kind of weird to think these cups are like almost 80 years old. 70 plus years old. Yeah, that's basically it with the cups. There's nothing to really see here. And they need to be cleaned up better, but yeah, I'll get to that later. Another cup. Nothing too exciting here, just make it quick. I believe this one has something on the bottom. This might have been like a jelly jar or something at one point. Sometimes they used to have the jelly jars with the lids that popped off and be jelly in it. Because I don't think cups would normally have that. This might have been some sort of jelly jar or jam jar or something. Something of the like, at least. Stick those together. And there's this cup here, the last one of the cups. That's kind of an interesting texture on it. The light hits it, you can see it. Got a 12. And this one does have a blowout on it, but it's not sharp. So it's still usable. If you're just mindful about that and just don't use that drink from that part, kind of, yada yada. And that'd be that. The cups. Scratch that. Let's do that. Loosen these closer. Let's go and get some of these miscellaneous things out of the way. Because Kind of forgot about them, as I tend to do. Found some more milk glass. I mean, I found a ton of it out there. I just haven't been bringing it home because I've kind of just don't want to grab it at the moment. I will grab them eventually. I've only been trying to grab milk glass. Grab the milk glass that has unique stamps or embossings I haven't seen yet. Bristol Myers Co. Mum. New York, New York. So there's that one. Because I should put it here so people can see it. And I have another smaller version of this one. As you can see, it was slightly smaller. And it's another Mum. Bristol Myers Co. New York, New York. I don't know why it's listed twice, but it is what it is. Sounds like Mr. Oreo wants back in. 1 second. Ow. Be gone with you. It's a joke. Anyways, now get this miscellaneous stuff out of the way. It's another glass ball lid, I guess. Mason jar lid of a different style. Cause, oh no, I guess it's the same. Oh, they're both the same, exact same one. Number 10, number 10. Yeah, cool. So I guess it is just a ball mason jar lid. Can I collect these things like coins? Or those old pogs back when you were a kid. You had pogs. So that's really all there is with that one. Let me see here. There's this one. I think it's a porcelain one. It's got something on it. Samco. Oh, this might be a zinc one, actually. Looks like porcelain. No, this is probably a zinc one. But I kept it because it had the different name on it. Actually, I'm not sure if this is a mason jar lid. It might be. I may be mixing it with something else. 1 second. Well, I'll tell you what. Background noises are super obnoxious. Back onto the Samco real quick. Guess I'll move on from that. Now that my patience is wearing thin. Now I do believe these ones are porcelain. But they're not labeled. But they very much do have the nice white porcelain color. So there's another one here. Or they did a really good job at making pseudo porcelain here. Faux porcelain. Oh well. Those are done with already. Let's get this gross thing out of the way, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I had to, when I had the video paused, the recording paused a second ago, I did move this. Had to clean some water off of it, yada yada. So if it looks like something jittered there and moved, that's what happened. This has the original contents in it. It had the original lid on it. And this stuff is disgusting and will not come out. I've tried to get this stuff out and it would not come out. God knows what it is. No idea. Super otherworldly and gross looking. Now, anyways. But I wanted the bottle because this glass, because it has this cool little bottom embossing on it. The kind of sunburst look. However, tragically, this stuff that's in here does not want to come out. It's like super hard and glued in there. Figured I had to soak some water in there and hopefully I'll be able to get it out. But yeah, just quickly get this disgusting one out of the way. Let's go on to these bottles here. Another alcohol bottle. Let's just really blast through this one because who cares? I only kept this one because I only had one other one in my collection with this type of mouthpiece on it. I was gonna leave it, but then I decided just to go and grab it. Because I, like the mouth style on it. It's about as close to a cork top as I can get. Because I cannot find 1800s cork tops or nothing cool like that. Because I'm not Aqua Trigger, none of those cool people that find all the cool stuff. But I'm doing what I can. Still fun. Most people write these bottles off, but like I said, about 10-15 years they'll be antique. Depending on how actually old they are, of course. Well, this one here isn't. This one is an antique. Because this is 1925 roughly. So that one's cool, whatever. But yeah, that's just a 1 pint alcohol bottle with this stupid federal law warning on it, and I only kept it because this mouthpiece. That is it. But this one's cool for an alcohol bottle because it has a cool name on it. It's different, is what I'm trying to say. I will collect unique ones I don't have. This is a Dixie Bell, whatever, and it's got the usual federal law warning on it. So 1930s to 60s roughly era, and it's got the cool side embossing of gin, genie, spirit in a bottle, spirits, gin, genie. But yeah, I kept this one just because the embossing's on it. And it's unique. And I didn't have one in my collection. And this one oddly only had a diamond on the bottom of it. I don't know why. Usually it's got an oval and an eye in it, or at least an eye. This one does not. So there's that one. Let's go to this. Found ones with single little handles on them. I can care less if this is a syrup jar or maybe whatever. I don't care. I like the little handles. So I will continue to collect these style ones. Because I have a whole bunch of them with handles over here, which of course are maple syrup bottles. I don't care, but these got the cool handles, so I can like to think one day I'll put my meat in these and have like a little handle to I know, right? This has a kind of a old vintage carboy style brim around here. And these don't have anything to really work with besides that. Got this kind of little skirt design going on down here with ribbing under it. So this is going to go in my collection mainly because the handle. If it didn't have the handle, I wouldn't have kept it probably. So yeah, there's that. Get some of these moved up closer. Oh, interesting. Save those for the last ones. Okay. Now onto this little one here. Oh, it doesn't fit. There we go. Have to tilt it. I thought this might have been another maple syrup jar, but I don't think it is. It's got this interesting... No, who knows, it still might be, but I don't know about this one. It's got this ribbing texture on it, and I guess this. There we go, we'll just do that. Can't really not see it from this angle. This will be my little pocket mead bottle one day. And it's got the tiniest little handle so far out of all the other ones, because the handles generally, you know, are pretty decent size. This one has a dinky little one. I get my finger through this. I can kind of almost get it through this one. You know, this one here is just not happening. You have to pinch this one literally and just... water's going to drip out of it. But yeah, that's this little one. I haven't decided this is a maple syrup jar yet or not, because it has this on the bottom. Either medicine, either pharmacy logo, or handmade. I don't know. But that is basically that one. Alright. And get on with this one. Try to blast through some of these because I'm taking too long as usual. This has this textured, kind of a... It's got these grooves and texture going on. Top piece has it too. This must have the label on here somewhere at one point. I was kind of questioning if I should have kept this one, but it did have enough unique qualities where I kind of was like, yeah, I'll keep this one. Nothing to work with on the bottom besides a 2. And yeah, that's basically this one. And let's go ahead and start with this. Find a small one of these. I know I say it like I've shown my other one yet, which I haven't, because I have a bigger one in my collection. So let's show this little one first. It's got this squared texture all the way around. Besides right there, it must have had a label at one point. Some type of mason jar or something. Cleaned up nicely. It really only has that on the bottom. $9,826. But it was cool enough to keep because it has a cool, unique texture. So if I can't get that texture in there a little bit more. Not really working that well, but doesn't hurt to try. There's that. Let's start sticking these back over this way. Let's go with this one next. A ball perfect mason. Got this kind of texture all the way around this side. Guess people like to collect mason jars. Well, there's niche people that like to collect these old mason jars. I've decided I'm going to become one of those people, I guess. You know, have to have a reason to collect them, I guess, right? Well, that was loud, sorry. This one had a weird defect in it right here. Just weird bubble lump. It's got cancer. I'm kidding. It's just a 7, it would seem. But I guess these old mason jars are kind of collectible, so. And you can find them in this immaculate of shape in the ground. I'll take it. It's, you know, it's not like I'm inheriting these from an old relative or something, or found them in some kind of estate sale or something, or bought it at an antique store. Just found this shit in the ground and it looks this good. I'll take it. So these are pretty immaculate, all things considered. This one cleaned up nicely. Cool. Like in the mason jars, a little bit of spotlight. Guess I'll show this one. There's a story behind this one anyways. I didn't find this in the digging spot. This was a surface find I had found somewhere else. I was poking around other parts of South Oak Park, and I had my hat kind of jankily on my belt knife because the handle sticks up, and I just throw the back loop of my hat onto the handle of the knife, and I usually walk around like that sometimes. However, I forgot it was there. I was walking through some of the wooded areas along with the trolley trail lines, and got all the way back to the bottle spot and realized my hat was missing. So I had to go back on the mission to find it. And on that mission to find my hat, I found this surface find by some what looked like an old shanty spot where people had left their trash. I had walked by this earlier, not believe it or not, as well. I just didn't see it, I guess, because I glanced off at the trash that was left behind. And this Atlas Mason was just sitting there. And a minute later, I found my hat. So had I not went to go back and find my hat, I probably would have never found this. No, most of all, I'm happy I found my hat, but this was definitely a bonus find. for me because I'm not sure when they stopped making Atlas mason jars. But this one looked like it had some kind of label on it. It's got this weird like residue from something sticky on it. But nonetheless, it's a cool one, you know, old Atlas. I can't say how old it is. It doesn't have anything on the bottom. But I kept it anyway because, you know, why not? It is a mason jar. It's an Atlas. But that's pretty much the story behind that one. Hey, look, it's the only show and tell bottle of the whole thing. This isn't just a show bottle. This actually has a story behind it. Cool. Hat retrieval. Found this. It almost looks like it has a black tinge to it. A darker color to it. The glass, anyways. Oh, this one might be newer. But I've never seen any of these in stores anywhere, so I don't know. I see ball mason jars being sold, and just, yeah, that's about it really. Just regular mason jars and ball mason jars. Can't say I've seen Atlases being sold anywhere. So I'm not sure how old this one is, but it's still going in the collection regardless. So there's that. However, I do have this one, which I do know is old because I dug this one out of the ground. So I did find this one in the ground, and it's an Atlas strong shoulder mason. It's awkward holding these sometimes. I'm trying to capture the whole thing in there. And this older one does have things embossed in the bottom of it, so Hazel Atlas and just these miscellaneous things that don't seem to tell me anything that I can decipher. But yeah, here's an actually old Atlas that's in really good shape, just like that ball jar I just showed. Dug out of the ground, but who knows how it survived, but it did. Pretty cool. So there's that old one. I found this big Presto Supreme Mason. Yeah, it's a pretty big one actually. Need to start getting like a ruler in here and showing these things, because this little ruler here is not really doing much. That's on here. Because I could stick over here. I mean, I could see it. 7 inches. Cool. This is a Presto Supreme Mason. Manufactured by the Owen, Illinois Glass Company. And there's the emblem. Yeah. That's optical illusion. I thought it was almost double stamped there. Yeah, there's the optical illusion in the glass. This one's not actually there. Pretty cool. Look, it's a true 3D art hologram through glass optics. Sorry, being distracted with that. So there's this one, and it's pretty. It's immaculate as well. It's not pretty immaculate. It is immaculate, all things considered, as I always say. The nature of where these are found. The fact they survived it all is absolutely amazing. Let's get this one out of the way, because I did find another one of these. It's like my 4th one now of these, I believe. I almost left it, but then I was like, it's got the cool embossings. This is kind of what I'm looking for. It's these more unique ones. So I went ahead and grabbed it. I didn't want to risk some little punk finding the spot and having a headache breaking all the glass bottles and stuff, which has not happened yet, knock on wood. So, yeah. I don't think anyone's been to that spot since I've been going there, really. If they have, they've been really nice and considerate, which is amazing. Humanity at work, if that's the case. But yeah, I've shown like 3 of these already. No sense in spending a bunch of time on it. It's got that cool old kind of embossing there. The 2 lions. I assume those are lions anyway. They look like lions. Got the grapevine. And the bottled by Amber Rose and Co. Ambrose. I keep saying Amber Rose like that, like the more modern alcohol company, but it's Ambrose. There's no E in there. And it's a local made thing. KCMO, Kansas City, Missouri. So there's that one. Got little grapes on the bottom or something. But yeah, I've shown 3 of those already, so no sense in spending too much time on that. I particularly really like these bottles here. I found a second one. This is my second one. Just go and tease it. I have a small one now. Well, a big one and a small one now. So this will be another show, but I do have 2 of them now. And I found the bigger one yesterday night. This has a cool, interesting color in the glass as well, I've been noticing. Almost has a green color. And you wouldn't even believe what this is unless you already know. Something this cool. This much design and detail on it. Textured, ribbed here. Diamond shapes all around here. Kind of a sunburst style here. It's got this texture around the piece here. It's flat. As you can see, it just kind of looks like yeah, you can see it. This is all the way around the bottle. This is a super cool bottle. Glass. I love this one. I've been finding broke ones out there up until I finally found these 2 survivors, which has made me happy so far. Because when I started seeing these broke pieces, I was like, oh yeah, these are freaking cool, dude. Now I got to find a complete one. Thankfully, I have found 2. Can anyone take a guess what this one is? I will spoil that here in a minute, unless you already know. It doesn't matter anyways, because you're going to find out anyway, so I'm just going to say it. Let me see. Let's make the grand finale of what this is. This cool, amazingly bossed designed jar or glass. Yeah. Ta-da! It's a frickin' log cabin syrup jar, dude. Come on. Even has an embossed log cabin on it. Absolutely frickin' amazing. It's just a syrup jar, boys and girls. Ladies and fucking gentlemen. Sorry, getting excited. I just can't believe how cool stuff was back in those days. I mean, this just looks so ornate and like there's something really special once, but then you look at the bomb, it's like, oh, it's a frickin' syrup container, man. It's truly remarkable. This one has a better embossing of the log cabin on it. But yeah, it's absolutely mind blowing. The amount of detail in such a simple thing. This is just for freaking syrup. Freaking diabetes, man. Joking, of course. But yeah, something this cool is just a syrup container. No detail wasted for their syrup. Unfreaking believable. Seriously. I can almost look at this bottle all day. Almost. I've actually already spent too much time on it, but that's just... There you have it. Just a log cabin syrup container. And it's this freaking cool. I'm happy with how clean it came out too. And this is a, let's see what this one measures up to. I know, randomly doing measurements now. Let's square that up as best I can. Looks about almost 10 inches. So there's a 10 right here. Because the 1 starts over here. Roughly 9.5 inches. See if I can get that interesting color in here to pop a little bit and move on from it, because I'm spending way too much time on it. It's just so cool to look at. I just can't wrap my mind around the fact that a maple syrup jar, or just a syrup jar, is this freaking cool. This is for your freaking pancakes and waffles, yo. Talk about eating your pancakes and waffles in style. Now, these are the bottles I'm really looking for. This level of detail, just freaking amazing. Can't believe it. This looks like it belongs in a freaking china cabinet or something. You put your antiques and stuff. Wonderful. Moving on finally. Well, got one bottle left, and it's the very first bottle I pulled out of the wall when I got back to that digging spot after I was poking around that uprooted tree. Because I guess after I'd left, it had, obviously rained and the elements happened and yada yada, and some of the walls collapsed, and this one was sticking right out of the wall when I got there. This is the first bottle I spotted and pulled out of the wall because it was sticking at me just like this. Imagine that's in the wall, sticking in the wall. The couch is the dirt. That's what I saw. Not even kidding. And I was like, oh look, that must have exposed itself when the wall collapsed. And I just boink, pulled it right out. And this is an import from Scotland. And it's of course got this stupid label on there. It has only a bit of damage on the bottles right here, and I'm gonna have to put super glue in this part because I don't want that falling out, because it is pretty much, yeah, pretty questionable. So I want to dab some super glue on that whenever I get around to it. And it is a cork top. No, it's not an antique cork top, but a cork top nonetheless. And I still like them. It's got this nice cool green to it. I'm sure the camera's picking up pretty nicely. And this is a John Bag, whatever. LTD. And it's Glasgow, Scotland. So this is a really cool bottle. It's imported too. So right on. Guess these people still make alcohol today. So yeah, this was, in my mind, the find of the day, or that night, as well as the mason jars and the log cabin syrup. And pretty much all of them are usually pretty cool and unique, but I haven't found anything like this yet out there, so this was, to me, the highlight of the show. Mostly show and tell of ramblings video. Pretty sweet. Being immediately greeted with a cork top sticking out of the wall that was just like, yeah, right on, dude. So I guess with that, I will be done with this video finally, because this is the last one. I know, how tragic. I can't go on for 3 more hours. But yeah. So I guess with that in mind, just gonna leave it at that and just stop it here. Till my next long drug out video. Have fun or enjoy whatever people say. Okay, that'd be it.